YWAM team that is here.
E eu estou participando do time da Jocum.
I'm just here to share a small part, a little bit of my testimony
Eu estou aqui para compartilhar um pouco do meu testemunho.
and how I ended up in YWAM in missions.
E como eu acabei indo para Jocum e em missões.
So, to start off, my parents are Christians. I was born in the church and I was raised up and grew up in the church.
Então, para começar, eu sempre fui para a igreja.
My parents served, I helped the church, I was a drummer and still am.
Eu sempre ajudei a igreja, eu sempre fui o baterista e eu participei da igreja desde que eu era criança.
And my relationship with God was very strong. And until 2020 and COVID and the pandemic hit, and I was forced to be at home.
Meu relacionamento com Deus era muito forte até 2020, quando a pandemia veio e o Covid, e eu tive que lidar com muitas coisas.
In that time, I was not reading my Bible, I was not really even thinking about God. So my relationship with Him became very, very weak.
Naquele tempo eu não estava pensando sobre Deus, eu não estava lendo a minha Bíblia, então meu relacionamento com Ele começou a ficar muito fraco.
And in time after that, my weak relationship with God became non-existent, and I had turned my back to God. I didn't have a relationship with Him. And after just really turning my back and thinking, okay, let me try my own way, my heart still longed for something.
E depois de virar as minhas costas para Ele e tentar viver do meu jeito, mas eu entendi que o meu coração ainda ansiava por algo.
My heart was hungry. I needed something, but I was convinced myself that it wasn't God.
Meu coração.
So I looked to the world, and I looked inward and tried to create satisfaction that would help me and satisfy that need for something.
Então, satisfazer.
I looked to music and drumming. I wanted to play with the best musicians and play in the best bands and get the best shows and make as much money as possible.
Eu comecei a olhar para ser um baterista muito bom e fazer os melhores shows, estar nas melhores bandas e ganhar muito dinheiro e conseguir estar tipo no topo de ser um baterista.
But after every single time I would play, I would be empty and it would leave me right back where I started.
E depois, todas as vezes que eu começava a tocar, eu sentia um vazio e isso me levava para o mesmo lugar que eu estava antes.
And that really didn't help this hunger that I had. It left me empty.
E isso não ajudou a fome que eu tinha, isso só me deixou mais vazio.
So then I turned, and a lot of my friends weren't Christians, and they were partying and drinking until they were asleep or passed out.
E muitos dos meus amigos, eles não eram cristãos. E eles bebiam, eles estavam em festa, e a maioria deles bebiam até tipo passar mal, até por beber.
They were doing drugs.
Eles estavam usando drogas.
And that was the only place I really had to try, was partying and doing the things that the kids and the teens and the young people my age were getting into.
E aquele era o lugar que eu achava que eu tinha. Bebendo, usando drogas, fazendo coisas que as pessoas da minha idade estavam fazendo.
And that lifestyle, it temporarily satisfied me, but my heart was still desperate for more.
E aquilo me satisfez temporariamente, mas o meu coração ainda queria mais.
Right, and I convinced myself that it wasn't God. I didn't need Jesus.
Mas eu me convenci que não era Deus, que eu não precisava de Jesus.
So I kept going down this path and going more and more and more and doing more bad.
E eu fui mais fundo nesse caminho de fazer coisas ruins e mais fundo, e eu queria mais.
And then I almost died. And someone found me lifeless. And after almost dying because of this lifestyle.
E eu quase morri. Uma pessoa me encontrou sem vida, desmaiado, e depois dessa situação,
it caused me to take a step back and just try trusting Jesus.
me fez dar 2 passos para trás e tentar confiar em Deus.
And I fell in love with him.
E eu me apaixonei por ele.
I fell in love with Jesus.
E eu me apaixonei por Jesus.
I became so in awe of who he was.
Eu comecei a ficar mesmerizado sobre quem ele é.
And I wanted more. He was the one thing that could fill the hunger, the desperate need of something in my heart. And he's the only thing that can always be with me.
E eu comecei a ficar com muita fome dele, porque ele é o único que pode preencher o meu vazio e ele é o único que sempre está comigo e preenche tudo que eu tenho.
Here I am today, loving Jesus and following Jesus, wherever that takes me, wherever he calls me.